If you are working as an actor and you're getting tons of roles doing what you do, this may not be the season for you to shift to do something else. Reinventing yourself as an actor is essential, especially if you plan on being in show business for a long time. I suggest that maybe every 4 to 7 years, you should consider reinventing yourself. Look at it this way. Being an actor is like having a certain wardrobe, and that wardrobe is great for a couple of seasons, and then after that the wardrobe starts looking bad, it gets raggedy, it's time to get a whole new wardrobe. You want to throw stuff out, maybe you want to cover up, or maybe you want to expose more. So reinventing yourself is essential. There are a lot of actors that you can see how they've reinvented themselves in their career over the years. Sharon Stone is a great example of somebody going from this ingenue to this sassy, sexy, provocative leading lady in Basic Instinct. Sandra Bullock is another one who reinvented herself. She went from playing the rom-com sweetheart to then going into Blind Side, where she was this, Southern, sassy, kind of know-it-all, I'm taking charge kind of person. Robert De Niro, another great example. He was the tough guy, the mafioso guy. And then he went right into the movie with Ben Stiller, Meet the Fockers, playing this father that was intimidating. And then from that, The Intern. So he started finding his comedy, his funny bone. He reinvented himself that way. Judi Dench, another one who's reinvented her career several times. I mean, the list goes on and on. John Travolta is a great example of somebody who reinvented themselves. He went from, the sexy heartthrob in Welcome Back, Kotter, to then becoming the kind of crazy killer in Quentin Tarantino's movie, and then he went on to do other stuff, and he is constantly morphing himself into different characters and reinventing himself. Michael Hall, who was in Breakfast Club, who was a little nerd, became this buff, good-looking guy who again reinvented himself. There are just so many examples of people reinventing themselves as actors, and you might be at that place that it's time for you now to start reinventing yourself. So, how do you reinvent yourself? Well, the first thing I would say to you is start thinking about what kind of roles you would like to play now. Look at what you did and what you've been doing, and now go, okay, what kind of roles would I like to play that I could play? So maybe you are getting out of the young leading person or the young character actor, and maybe now it's time for you to be an older leading person or older character actor. Maybe you played the victim for a bunch of years. You were the victim. I did that. There was a period where I was the victim. I played every victim on television. Then I went to the bad girl, the gang leader, and then I went to the sassy girl. It is all about just shifting it a little bit. You don't have to go crazy, but maybe you do. Maybe you really want to do a whole complete take. Jonah Hill is a good example of somebody really reinventing themselves. He went from the chubby kid to all of a sudden he lost all this weight and was going for, a more good-looking kind of guy. One of the things that you want to start paying attention to is look at actors that are in the category that you want to be and start looking at their pictures. What kind of pictures have they taken? You don't want to imitate them, but you want to have it as a blueprint to help you figure out what you want to do. I would suggest that you create a Pinterest board and start putting all those pictures of actors that you could do that job just as good as them, but giving your special sauce to it. When you're reinventing yourself, it's good to recruit a group of people to help you so you're not on the journey by yourself. You might want to also enlist a makeup artist or a hairdresser. Maybe you want to change the color of your hair or change the texture of it or the cut. Or maybe you want to get some facial hair. Or maybe you want to remove facial hair. Or maybe you want your makeup to start looking a little differently. Those also are people that will help you. Get yourself a clothing stylist or an image consultant. When I decided that I wanted to shift my image and reinvent myself, I enlisted the services of a woman named Buckley Sampson, who has a company called Image by Buckley. So when you first go on her site, she has you fill out this questionnaire. It is long, detailed, and very helpful to her as well as you, because it starts giving you ideas. Oh, this is what I want to do. Oh, these are the kind of shows that I would like to do. This is what I would like to go up for. And then when she meets with you, she will have a bunch of pictures to kind of show you the look that she thinks you're going for. She'll go into your closet. She'll pull out stuff that she says, okay, you could use this wardrobe for that. She'll have you put the clothes on and take pictures of you. And then whatever you don't have in your closet, she will then go shopping with you to find pieces which she has already scouted. A lot of times she has already done her homework and knows where to go and what to look for. It is so helpful. I used her recently. I had the best time. It made it so much fun. Another service you might want to get is to hire a color consultant, somebody who can help you with your colors. I did that a few years ago with a wonderful color consultant, Jill Kirsch. I even have a video of her and I working together. She was phenomenal in helping me know what my perfect colors are. I am looking my best at all times, and I've got colors that really work with my skin tone, my hair tone, my attitude. She went through my wardrobe. She showed me what colors worked on me, what colors didn't work on me. We actually sorted my clothes out. So if I was going in for somebody who was real low budget and sickly and just not good, I had colors that made me look washed out. And then she showed me the colors that really stood out for me and helped me with that. So that was a wonderful experience for me, having somebody help me just with my colors. And not only did she do that with my clothes, she helped me with my makeup, what colors look good on me makeup wise. She also did that with me for my website. She was phenomenal in helping me with my colors. Another person that you might want to enlist are friends who see you, and they might be able to give you some good advice and say, you know what, if you did this, that might work, as well as an acting teacher. If they are good, they'll be able to help you make that transition to reinvent yourself, because they'll go, you know what, why don't we try working on these types of parts that will also help you. Let me throw in a little caveat to what I just said. If you are working as an actor and you're getting tons of roles doing what you do, this may not be the season for you to shift to do something else. Let it run its course. When you find that you're not getting those calls anymore, then that tells you, okay, now I can do it. But if you are booking like crazy for the parts that you're doing, now is not the time for you to reinvent yourself. This is more for actors who are feeling stagnant or feeling stale, or they're feeling like, you know what, I'm not getting out for auditions, nobody's calling me, my agent is not, excited by me. That's when you want to reinvent yourself. So it's a whole community of people that will help you to reinvent yourself. It's not something you have to do alone or be afraid of or feel like, oh my God, if I do this, I won't, have a career. Not true. But I do suggest that when you do reinvent yourself, you should do it at the end of a season as opposed to the middle of a season. Because if all your pictures are looking one way and then you do a severe haircut, that's not going to help you for that season. So when you are reinventing yourself, do it somewhere around May, between May and June. So when the season starts up for casting, you have a whole different look that you're promoting. That is just a wonderful way to do it. Your outfit changes, your look changes. Maybe you had a mustache and now you want to just be clean shaven, or maybe you've always been clean shaven and now you want to have a full beard and mustache. Whatever it is, do it towards the end of casting season, which is usually the end of April or May, and then there's a little break up until July. So from May to July, that's the time when you want to make that shift. Not to mention, for those of you who are looking for representation, May is a perfect time to look for representation, as is December, because that's when agencies are getting rid of clients that they didn't feel were a right fit for them, or they didn't feel they could help them, and they're looking for new clients to take on. So you are fabulous, and you want to be able to maintain freshness. You know, you want to always come looking great and feeling like you are working towards something. Sometimes when you get to that place where you're the best of the best, it's not challenging anymore. And reinventing yourself helps you to challenge yourself again. You know, start sharpening yourself. It's like, okay, I got to really work on this, as opposed to coming in and now you're phoning it in. And you could see that a lot of times with actors. They've been doing a certain role for so long, it's boring. What you never want to do as an actor is be boring. And you may even want to consider, in reinventing yourself, to do maybe two scenes and or a monologue that you can shoot and put up online, so people are seeing what you're doing now. So it's not just your picture, but it's also some footage of you in this new reinvention of yourself. Whatever you decide, just make sure that it fits you. It's like buying a suit. You want to make sure when you buy that suit is tailor-made just for you. Here's another video to help you on your journey of reinvention.